Last week it transpired that Holly has never tasted a cheese and onion pie.
No.
This is a bit of a staple in the Schofield family. My mum makes a beauty. We come from Oldham, and Betty Waterhouse had a pie shop in Oldham, they were the best of us. It's not there anymore. So this had better be good. You put potato in yours?
Well, it's interesting. I lived up north for a bit, and we used to have Hollands pies. Hollands pies always had a deep one.
Did they put potato in it?
Oh, I can't remember.
So what are you doing put potato in this then?
Well,
You pervert.
well, if you go to Cornwall, they do put a little bit of potato in there, don't they, down in Cornwall, just to give it a bit of structure.
Bit of something. Otherwise, what's in it? Just cheese and onion?
Yes, it's a cheese and onion pie.
Well, no,
that must be quite a full-on cheese.
It doesn't have to be that thick.
Here it is. Here it is. Look at this little baby here. So there you go. Now, the thing about it, you've got to be very careful. We'll come on to pastry in a second, but I want to talk about this first. Now, this is cheese. Now, this is the only unpasteurised cheese, Lancashire cheese left in the country. It's made by a good friend of mine called Graham Kirkham, and it's delicious. Have a little taste of that.
Have a little nibble?
Now, what it has is that lovely sort of feta-esque type cheese. It's a raw milk cheese, so that beautiful flavour comes from
really
that.
soft.
But the whole point about cheese pie is you need to see the particulates. If you use cheddar, which you can do, and when it out's great, but it tends to melt. A Lancashire tends to stay whole. But we'll come on to that in a second.
Okay.
Right, let's make the pastry first. Now,
So do we get a good look at your particulates in this then?
yes, you do. Philip, you always know you can look at my particulates. There you are.
Right, good.
Good to know.
Right, pastry. Now, normal pastry, here I've got plain flour and butter or margarine, it's up to you. But half the fat, I use lard.
So it's really slimming.
It's really slimming and 0 calories.
Great.
Which is actually good.
Perfect if you're detoxing.
Yeah, but now what happens is when you use lard in any pastry, what it does, it makes it what they call flinty. And that means it's quite crunchy. We don't get that soft texture.
Right.
But years ago, we used to make it all the time.
Absolutely fine, as long as you don't put sugar in it.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
a little touch of water into there, and a bit like any pastry, what you need to do is just blitz that together, pulse it. Once you start working the gluten too much, oh, I've got to put that on there. Sorry. Once you start working the gluten, you end up with a pastry which becomes
That's
very
really
tight.
crumbly. Oh, you're going to put some more in?
Yeah. So we just put that in like that, and just bring that together.
I'm impressed you're making your own.
Oh, sometimes it's quite nice too.
Yeah.
Only because I'm using lard. If I was doing anything else, I wouldn't bother. But what you do, I just want to show you this. So when I break that apart now, see, that just breaks apart.
Yeah.
That's what you want. If you overwork it...
See, I would have whizzed it up to make a firm ball, wouldn't you?
But even in that couple of seconds, if I just... Look how elastic that's gone.
Yeah, totes.
So that happens there.
Totes elastic.
Get you.
Totes elastic, man.
You sound like my son. Right, so there's the pastry. What I've done is a pie dish, a proper old pie dish. My mum used to have little white enamel ones.
Yeah.
So line that, top and the bottom. Here's the filling. So, in here I've got butter and onions. Lots and lots and lots and lots of onions. Now, if you cook onions just in butter, they will pretty much soften. But what you need to do is add water to that as well.
A little steam.
Part steam, parts cooked. On the outside of the onion leaves, sometimes if they're slightly older, they never soften. Onion soup, you always put a lid on because it's chewy. So you need to cook that down for about 10 to 15 minutes and until all the water's evaporated and then chill them, and that whole lot there comes out to that one there.
OK.
Now, if you don't do that, you end up with a soggy pie. It just doesn't go crispy, OK?
Right.